welcome back to another episode of Monday Show. And in this episode of Monday Show, I have the review of this iPhone 6 in 2020, and let's see how good this device is in 2020. And I bought this iPhone 6 couple of weeks back because to do some reviews and things like that, but right now I think that why I bought this device exactly, because there is nothing good in this device in 2020, and I'll say no one should buy, but someone may want to buy for some reasons. I will share all of the things in this video. So let's get into the review and let's see what are the goods, what are the bads about the performance, about the camera, about the RAM, about the processors, about everything. We're gonna go really in depth. So in these iPhones you get a headphone jack. That is the number one thing that everyone talks about. I really don't care about the headphone jack. It has a lighting port, it has only one speakers, that means it's not a stereo speaker, it only has mono speaker at the bottom and it doesn't have another speaker at the top. It has a power button, it has volume rockers, it has mute switch, and you also get one fingerprint scanner in front, and that fingerprint scanner is fast generation. The fingerprint scanner on this device is not as fast as the new Android ones or even the iPhone ones. If you compare this with the iPhone 7, then you will see that the 7 is faster because the second generation is far better than the first generation. So that was the overview, that is what you will get, and it's made out with aluminum, full aluminum. It's really durable, not that durable, but it's okay durable. The next thing is about the processors and RAM. This iPhone 6 has A8 processors and 1 GB of RAM. An A8 processor is based on 20 nanometer architecture, and 20 nanometer is not that great, believe me, because 20 nanometer is really big. These days you can find 5 nanometers also in the market. With the Apple's latest device coming in this year 2020, you will get 5 nanometer processors, but this has 20 nanometer. Consider that on your mind, and it got 1 GB of RAM. That is kinda usable. If you haven't watched my speed test, then you can check there that 1 GB of RAM is okay. You can put like PUBG, Free Fire, Subway Surfer, the Temple Run. You can put this 4 application on your RAM without having that much issue. So that is about the RAM. So 1 GB of RAM is okay, but not the best. The next thing is about the camera. So you get one 8 megapixel camera at the back. There is dual tone flash, that is not that powerful. You get a mic, and in front you get a 1.2 megapixel camera. That is really bad, believe me or not. The camera on the 6 is really bad, especially in the dark situation. It's grainy, so it is literally unusable. So in terms of night photography, remove this, or even videography, remove this. So it can shoot good photos in daylight, and it can shoot 1080p 60 frames per second videos. It can also shoot 720p 240 and 720p 120 slow motions. Those are great. I'll suggest you to go with 720p 120 frames, because 240 is not sharp, a little sharp. Even the 120 is also not sharp, but 120 is better than 240. Let's talk about the battery, where it has the biggest flaw, because the battery of this device is really bad. And I got this device like it's been 3 weeks, maybe, yeah, around 3 weeks, and the battery of this device is really bad. And the first day I bought this device, I played like PUBG and also Free Fire, and I saw 42% drop after playing those games for 1 hour. So you can maximum play like 2 hours of gaming, 2.5 hours if you are lucky enough. In terms of the battery life, I have to say that I will give it 0. I will give it literally 0 in terms of the battery, because the battery of this device is really poor. So that is one thing you should also consider about. So that was about the battery. And also, if you want to see the iPhone 6s review, that is coming soon, do subscribe for that one. Let's talk about the user interface. So you get iOS 12 on this device out of the box, but there is a big problem, that is you cannot update to the latest software because it doesn't support latest. This iPhone 6 runs only and only on iOS 12, so you cannot update. And I'm just using this device for like 5 minutes on my hand. It is just open, full brightness. Already this device is really warm, so that is a big issue. Sometimes I saw this kind of issues, like I cannot use my flash because this device went really hot after shooting like 1080p 60 frames per second for 20 minutes. It also gets really hot and the battery life gets drained. The more battery life it drains, the more hotter it gets. So there is a big problem in terms of that thing, so consider that in your mind. And now let's talk about the speakers a little, because I hear a lot of music straight out of the phone, and the speaker on this device is okay, because you have the single speaker, it doesn't have stereo speakers. That is the reason you cannot enjoy the audio from up and down, so that's a flaw. I bought this device because it is really cheap. I got this device for $130, something like that, and that is the reason I thought, okay, let's pick this up and let's try it out. And I'll do the giveaway of this device maybe very soon. Stay tuned for that one. By the way, it is 128 GB. I don't know why I bought 128 GB, but I have to give like 10 out of 10. believe me, I will give 10 out of 10 for this look. Like the design of these classic iPhones are far better. I really like these designs of iPhones, like much better than the newer iPhone 11 Pro Max, all other devices. The sleekness of the devices, like it feels far better on the hand. That is the reason I also use my iPhone 7. They both are same, like the feeling of these old devices are far better. I don't know why they feels better. Anyway, so that was the review of iPhone 6 in 2020. If you ask me should I buy iPhone 6 in 2020, I'll say no, don't buy the iPhone 6 in 2020. Very simple, go for at least iPhone 7 or try to go for 8. That will be better. Be sure to comment down if you have some questions about this device, if you have some questions about anything you have, maybe, then comment down. I'll see you in another one. Till then, goodbye, and it's really hot.